Okay, so regardless of what you're going through right now, you may or may not feel lucky. Um, but consider the following two scenarios. In scenario number one, you get to cure every single cancer in the world, basically every single disease of age in the world, in a single day after you take some kind of pill that makes your mental abilities practically limitless. And the only cost for you to take this pill is that you have to spend about 6 months living in a monastery with monks prior to your attainment of the pill. In scenario number two, 10 kittens die every day in order that you can eat a really tasty sandwich. Which of these two scenarios would you rather have occur within your life? Now, if you're anything like me, you would find the former highly appealing and the latter insufferably disgusting, revolting, and even angering. And you might even suspect the person who brings up this scenario to you of being maybe afflicted with a number of conditions that we don't have to get too specific about. So here I want to introduce the concept that maybe not a lot of Americans are aware of the sort of precise features of, which is called moral luck. So there are 4 types of moral luck of which I am aware, and I recall initially encountering ideas about this when I was at university. There's luck in the way your actions and projects turn out, luck in how you've been determined by previous circumstances, luck in the temperament, emotions, and personality you have, and luck in the circumstances you find yourself in. So, some people will tell you that luck doesn't exist and everything is part of a divine plan. I personally do not really interpret the world in that way. I don't really perceive the world as intrinsically just. I think events like a Holocaust cannot happen except in the absence of something like a divine and ever-loving God working in human affairs. But I take a look at everything I've ever been preoccupied with, and then I realize, like, there's never been one time where I've woken up and wanted to harm an innocent person. There was a phase during which I was a bully at the age of 12, but prior to and after that, that just never happened. You know, normally I'm thinking of ways to, like, help people or improve my self-respect in different ways. And I think it's useful to just sit back sometimes and just journal about some of the kind things people have said to you and realize that even if, according to maybe the common man's verdicts, your life kind of looks like shit, you are remarkably lucky that you are not tormented by malicious, malignant thoughts all day, okay? I mean, and I don't mean to be too spooky about this, but if you like get a brain tumor in the appropriate region of your brain, you might become like incredibly violent overnight or something, you know? And the fact that that just doesn't happen to the vast majority of us, I think, is a sign that, well, our ancestors have largely made maybe rational, but not necessarily optimal decisions regarding who they chose to have kids with for one generation after the next. So, you know, I kind of thank my lucky stars, so to speak, that my parents got together, even if I think some of the time they stumbled through the ways in which they parented me. All right, thank you for watching. And God bless you, regardless of what I said earlier.